All right, welcome back. Time to bring in our panel right now. With us today, we have former state party chair for the Indiana Democrats, Robin Winston, 2016 vice chair for the Indiana Trump campaign, Tony Samuel, and our former state lawmakers, Democratic Representative Terry Austin, and joining us on Zoom from New Orleans, former Republican lawmaker Mike Murphy. Mike, you saw the impact of this terror attack in person this week. What are your thoughts on this situation and the impact this has on our national psyche as we start the new year amidst these very complicated times?
Well, I think there are two overwhelming impressions I got. One was initially when I was walking down Canal Street, I was impressed by the hundreds and hundreds of police officers, sheriff's deputies, even transit authority, armed policemen who are there. And I thought, this has to be the safest city in America right now. Obviously, that was not the case. And then when I had left my restaurant about 8 o'clock, within maybe 100 feet of where the man would eventually run over everybody, I noticed that the bollards that are there to protect Canal Street, or should say Bourbon Street, were flat to the ground and the police officers were standing on them. And I thought, wow, this is weird. These things should be up. Obviously, they were malfunctioning. So I was impressed, though, as the day wore on the next day, that the overwhelming response and the bravery, frankly, of the public officers and the soldiers who even showed up, the National Guard. As we went to the Notre Dame Georgia game, I sensed that nobody was interested in being terribly partisan, if you want to, or tribalish, I guess, about the game. There were no bad feelings. I saw the players actually helping each other up off the ground after the tackles, which in a big game you never see.
Pretty stunning events, no doubt. And Terry, I want to get your thoughts too on the response we've seen to all of this so far, and what you think we need to be hearing from our leaders in Washington at a time like this.
Well, I think the response, at least on the part of the city of New Orleans, and all of the resources that have come to focus on this particular event, I think they're doing everything they can. You know, hindsight's always 20/20. Sure. Should those ballards have been there? Yes, probably, but they're also getting ready to host another big event, the Super Bowl. Right. But the other issue is, I think for our leaders, or for anyone in a position of influence, this is an opportunity to remember to take a step back. You don't always have to say everything that's on your mind. And this is when we need leadership that will talk about pulling people together. This is no time to be a flamethrower.
Meantime, of course, things getting started with the new year in Congress. Tony, convening on Friday, there was the vote, another dramatic vote for House Speaker. Speaker Johnson surviving that vote. Victoria Spartz had been saying she wasn't sure if she was going to vote for him. She did in the end.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of drama, not as much as some people were afraid of, not like last year where it went to 5 days, I think it was, and it got done on the first vote. I think Speaker Johnson predicted this would be the case. So there was the one holdout, Massey, but the other two, after originally voting against him, were on a phone call with President Trump, from what I've heard, in a side room, and he said, you know, we've got a lot of business to do, let's take care of this. They came back in, they switched their votes. So that's the kind of leadership that we're all looking at, that Congress is looking at now, and that President Trump is going to provide. So I think it was a good day for Speaker Johnson and for the country.
And his endorsement may have made a big deal here. Robin, what's your view on all of this from across the aisle?
Well, first off, we had a bipartisan effort to keep our government afloat. 38 Republicans came over and joined the Democrats to make sure that we did not shut down the federal government. I think that's important for the previous Congress. For this next one, we've got so many big issues: Medicaid, Medicare, veterans funding, Social Security. We certainly hope we gather together in a bipartisan fashion. Most voters didn't line up on November 5th to elect Speaker. They lined up on November 5th about issues.
Meantime, at the State House, a lot of issues to discuss as well. Back to business this week. Robin, I'll stay with you here. Lawmakers back in session Wednesday. Then the week after that, Governor-elect Mike Braun takes office. What are you watching for at the State House this year?
Number one thing, Dan, is the budget. I mean, you know, they've got to, you know, look, representatives that are on your show can tell you more about it, but the real bottom line is that Are we really going to cut property taxes some more? And if they do that, what does that do to Anderson? What's it do to Summitville? What's it do to places around the state? What's going to happen there? Because I can tell you that all the folks that are in these communities are now more attuned to what's going on in the State House.
Tony, at the state level, are we going to see a similar dynamic in terms of maybe some Republicans battling it out on certain issues like we might see in Congress? There's also this new dynamic with the new lieutenant governor. What do you think we'll see on that front?
For the most part, they get along pretty well. I remember when I was communications when I was communications director for the House Republicans, when Brian Bosma was Speaker, we had a really slim majority one way or the other, and there was a lot more, battling it out. The leaders here get along pretty well, so I think there'll be a good bipartisan effort. You've got the agenda that Mike Braun is putting out there, and a new system or a new government setup with its 8 cabinet secretaries, and then you'll have the agendas of the different caucuses. But we'll see a lot of focus on tax issues, the budget, like Robin said, but also energy is going to be a big issue.
Sure.
Trying to bring down those energy costs.
Let's turn to our former state lawmakers. First to Terry Austin. What are you watching for this year?
I'm watching to see how they're going to solve the budget crisis. The number one talking point that we've heard over and over again is the expansion of Medicaid costs. Well, that's a direct result of decisions that the Republican majority has made over the last couple of sessions, and why that part of the budget has ballooned. The other issue is what, aside from property taxes, which I know will be front and center, is this proposal to basically do away with small community schools and turn them into charter schools, or to try to force some consolidation. That's all bill has already been filed. It's got 3 major authors on it. And I will tell you, that does not set well with the voting public. People are very tied to their community schools.
We'll see what happens there. Finally, back to Mike in New Orleans here briefly. Mike, what will this new session bring at the State House from your perspective?
Well, I agree with Terry on the budget, except I don't think it's a crisis. The Republicans have things well under control. They'll figure it out. That's what the long session is for. The other thing that nobody's mentioned yet, I think is really going to hang over the session heavily, is the Fort Wayne gambling license. Whenever gambling's involved, and it's involved almost every year, that shifts a lot of votes. A lot of money is spent behind the scenes, not illegally, but being used to influence votes. And I think we don't know how it's going to turn out yet, but much of the Fort Wayne delegation has come out against a casino in their own hometown.
Mike Murphy there in New Orleans. We appreciate it. The panel will be back in just a few minutes. Also ahead, remembering former President Carter, how his life is being honored here in Indiana and across the country. Up next.